Nigeria. God bless Nigeria. God bless PDAPC. God bless PDAPC.
So when Bola Ahmed Tinubu made this statement before the 2023 general elections, we all laughed. All of us came out and continued to laugh. We added it to the bags of shenanigans and gaffes and mistakes and errors that the man. But at the end of the day, it seems like Bola Ahmed Tinubu was right after all. There is no party at the moment as PDP. Neither is there any party as APC. There is a PDAPC. In fact, there is a PDAPC LP at the moment. And Bola Ahmed Tinubu was right. Unfortunately, he has always been right. He knew what he wanted. He knew the mess he was going to create. He knew the disaster that he is and how much he's going to seek the country into political, democratic, institutional, and even administrative mess. And of course, nobody is not accountable to anybody. There's no cabal anywhere. He's the cabal. And he's messing up the whole system, derailing all of the principles and distracting everywhere, creating chaos in all of the systems. As I talk to you right now, there is no party as the PDP. Because if you follow the proceedings, the conversations around, you know that there is no party at the PDP. A party that is a few seconds away from implosion. Watch this short video, then I'll come back and I'll take it from there.
That there appears to be a deliberate agenda to ruin the opposition political parties in a manner that they will not be strong enough to contest the 2027 presidential election. That is there. Whether I want to agree, whether I don't want to agree, it is manifest. It is there. But Aaron, let me also add to it for you. You see these disagreements, you see these challenges in this respective party is in APC also. So implosion looms.
If that doesn't bother you, and wonder what would. And no, it has not been this bad that a political leader or a sitting president is more interested in politics than the governance. In the principles of leadership, politics leads to governance. But with Bola Ahmed Tinubu, it is politics and politics and politics and politics. There's no room for governance because 2 years after assumption of office as sitting president, there's actually no real deal, no value giving, no direct impact of your governance. It is still politics, still putting your foot on the pedal because the goal for him is to ensure that he builds up that system. He continues to mess up the system, and it is what happens afterwards. So when you hear him say, look at what is happening in Lagos, is what he wants to replicate in Nigeria, where he decides what happens and what does not happen, even in 20-25 years to come. For him, that is his own legacy. It's not about how much of impact he's able to make. It's not about how much of growth or development that happens. It's about how much of implosion it causes in the opposition. And until the last elections, for example, I think apart from Jimmy Agbaje's campaign in 2019, the next most viable campaign was the Gbadebo Rose Vivals campaign in 2023, and that was heavy. So every other time it's been a cage from one cage to another, and the state has been on standstill politically, holding on because, of course, the atrocity that may have happened all of the times that he's been sending boys and taking in boys and dismissing boys would be wanton and shocking. So of course he has to continue to cover his track. Now that same thing he's doing now with the Nigerian system. Unfortunately, people do not see this, and I worry. Right, any country that wants to grow would worry about that syndrome, where the man is interested in politics more than in governance. Okay, politics that brought you here, and focus on governance, you're still doing politics. You're still interested in what happens in Labour Party, what happens in PDP, what's happening everywhere. The implosions are important. You see the thuggery, the lot of manipulations. Look at Nyesom Wike, for example, who is being used to destabilize the PDP. And I can't blame the perpetrator. I have to blame the victims, because if the PDP knows how important it is for them to hold their own together and get ready, same thing with the Labour Party. Unfortunately, we have got prices. All of us in this country have got prices, and so with just more money. At the other, the article was saying that 15 million naira is being shared, amongst parties officials to ensure that the parties remain voiceless and toothless bulldogs, so to say. It can't be toothless bulldog. They won't respect our toothless dogs, right? Ekita, right? So, and then that is how much is messed up. And until we realize that there is something we need to do and do it very urgently, we will not be able to get out of this mess. And it's quite unfortunate how bad it is. And this is also in the APC, as we heard just now. It is not just about the PDP and the Labour Party, because, of course, if he allows the party structure to remain and then they have the powers to decide on the side, a lot of the things he's going to bring to the table will not work. So he has to also implode the party. He has to also put in his own foot to ensure that the party remains on the ground. You heard El-Rufai saying the other day, for the last 2 years, there's no NEC meeting, no BOT meeting. Everything is under the control of one man. It's a one-man show. He decides what happens everywhere. And then when people clap and say he's a master strategist, Jagaban, Bond, and I say, okay, no problem. But all of these have consequences, and the consequences are very dire, and they are very intense and immense. In no distant time, begin to see when party structures cannot hold, when opposition, and this was what he used as vehicles to gaining political power in 2015, as it were. And then right now, he knows, of course, the tactics he used. He knows how the few things that Jonathan did not do right, especially with politics and with all of this, and he's doing them to ensure that no party has the structure enough to be able to contest him in 2027. No party has the strength, has the numbers, has the capacity enough to contest. All parties in Nigeria now are submerged under his foot, and he's manipulating them the way he likes. The ones that he uses men, he uses talks, or uses money, and all of that is the mess that we are in, and nobody is worried. Everybody thinks it's okay. People are looking for who to blame, whereas you are not seeing that there is a visible hand from somewhere ensuring that they are strangulating the political system in this country. And that's what you do when you allow bad people like Bola Tinubu to become president. They destroy everything you built over the years, and then they will turn it to zero. So that they can, because that's the only way they can thrive. That's the only way they cannot survive in an environment of tranquility or peace, of orderliness. So they bring everything to a mess. They scatter it, they turn it around, and that's the only way they can stay in charge. Now God will help this country.